Alright, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners. It's with all due, we have none other than the Prodigy Project. We welcome back Big Prod and Young Prod of the South Central Cartel. How you guys doing this evening?
It's good with you, bro.
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good. It's good to have both of you guys back on the radio.
It's good to be in the radio, bro.
And most definitely, but I'm gonna jump right into this because I know you guys got the gangsta conversation coming up here soon, so I'm not gonna waste much of your guys' time. But I want to take you guys back, back in the early '90s, man. One of my personal favorite songs that you guys did was called "No Peace," and I have to ask you guys, what's the story and inspiration behind that amazing song? And of course, what was it like working with East Coast hip hop artist Tretch of Naughty by Nature?
What year you say it is? 98? What year you say it is?
Go to answer that one, Big Prod. Well, man, for me, working on No Peace, it was a dream come true, because I was the youngest cat on it at the time, So working with not just Tretch, having Ant Banks, Ice-T, my brother, my cousin, all them legends that I was able to be around, Boss, man, it was just a blessing, to be a part of that. And how it came about is pretty self-explanatory, the fact that we wasn't having no peace on these streets of South Central, in these LA streets, we was just trying to add our voice to making a difference,
And I do have to say that song really most definitely did make a difference on those streets, man. That song is still actually being played today. I can tell you that for a fact.
Yeah, it's one of our high rotations,
But also, your guys' music was also featured in Grand Theft Auto 5. How does it feel knowing that your guys' music is a part of one of the biggest video game franchises of all time?
To be a part of anything is a blessing, but when you become a part of the pop culture, it's a little sweeter, because regardless, you're gonna always be remembered. Even if it's just for that game, you're gonna always be remembered in history in this pop culture.
We got a lot of fans from that.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first bought GTA 5, I've been familiar with your guys' music for a long, long time, so I always put it on. That oldies 90s station just for the music, man. I can't play Grand Theft Auto without listening to the hip hop station, man. It has has you guys. I believe it has a Tupac song on there as well. It has a lot of West Coast classics.
Also, not just Grand Theft Auto. Big Prod appeared on Def Jam Vendetta, the first one. So it was a lot of things that SCC was a part of, or individual members of the South Central Cartel had, been a part of through these histories of this pop culture, this music culture.
So, Big Prod, with Def Jam Vendetta, did you have your own character in the game, or was it just one of your songs?
Man, I don't know nothing about that.
Man, it was the character. To me, and the thing is, wasn't nobody else walking around here in khaki suits with ponytails. I used to play that game. Because I was young enough to still be into it. But I used to play that game, and I used to use my brother on that motherfucker, and they didn't use his name, but it's just like the movie CB4. You didn't have to tell me who it was based off of to, slightly based off of or based after to know what it was about. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the way they look, the dress.
Yeah, the way that they use the image. You know what I'm saying?
Almost definitely agree. That movie's a classic, though. You know what I mean? It's crazy how they can make a spoof movie off something so serious.
Right. But see, that in the hood, this shit it's a laugh and a cry every day. You know what I mean?
And also, jumping ahead a little bit, in 2008 at Sunnyside Studios, you guys actually brought together the Bloods and Crips to record a 3-disc record called Bangin' on Wax. I have to ask you, how did that record come to be, and how did you guys get the Bloods and Crips together just for that record?
Man, that wasn't our project. That was Tweety Bird Logan. Who did that, Young Prop?
Shit, I don't know. You know how young I was, bro? I don't remember.
But in our project, man, that was from other guys, man. But we damn sure salute that though. We damn sure was vibing with that.
And I think they was label mates with y'all at one point, right?
Yeah, they was on Quality Records.
And see, that's probably where people get that confused that, you know, they was label mates with the South Central Cartel, and as well, it was, you know, a lot of the same type of
the energy
and conversation a little bit, you could say.
Yeah, because when I was putting that, when I was like doing the research for the interview last night, it came up that it actually said you guys. That's why I was like, I never heard of that record, but I was like, you know,
yeah.
you guys have such a huge catalog, so I figured, hey, you know what, might as well bring it up. It's something new.
Yeah, I wish that would have been us.
You know, we did our part though. You know what I'm saying? We did. And probably because SCC is one of the main groups from LA that represented hood for hood, even though we wasn't from them, like all of them. You know what I'm saying? SCC would represent hoods through Compton, Inglewood, Watts. It didn't matter where, because we, you know what I'm saying, we represent the streets. So SCC probably get a lot of credit for, you know, bringing this hood shit to the table. So they probably would assume that SCC brought Banging on Wax to the table. But you know what I'm saying, Banging on Wax wasn't Red Rum them all part of that and shit, right?
Yes.
So it's niggas right now who get credit for that, like Tweety Bird Loco, Red Rum them. You know what I'm saying? It's a gang of niggas, rest in peace, right now from Banging on Wax too. Crips and Bloods that ain't here no more, who was responsible for, you know, all that coming to the table. So, you know what I mean? We're going to salute that off top right there.
And I do want to say quickly, rest in peace to Tweety Bird, man. He recently just passed not too long ago. That was a shock. I wasn't expecting that one.
Yeah, that was a shock, man, because I would see Tweety Bird Loco on Facebook, you know, posting on Facebook and whatnot. And then I look up, man, a few days later, man, I start seeing all these rest in peace, you know, comments. I'm like, what the hell? That was messed up.
And you know, and it'd be so crazy that when we lose somebody, that you find out everything they did, all the people they helped, and when you look back, you be like, damn, he helped so many people, he did so many things to place so many people in rooms and situations with people, and I never knew it until the day, you know, till the news of his death. You know, which is crazy, man. We gotta start giving up flowers early, bro, before a nigga died, man.
And that's most definitely true. You know, I had him on Facebook myself, and I remember the same day that he ended up passing away, he made a status saying, like, you know, rise and grind. You know, I'm blessed to be here. You know, I actually commented and said good morning to him, and 3 hours later he passed away. But I gotta say, you know, rest in peace to the legendary Tweety Bird Loc, man. Gone, but most definitely never forgotten.
You know, they say, long as somebody remember you, you're never forgotten.
That is most definitely true. And also, you guys have done work with Doe Fresh the Don of Black Law Rebel Music on two. You guys both did separate projects with him. Have to ask you, how did you guys get connected with Doe Fresh the Don, and what was it like working with him?
Man, we met Doe Fresh on Facebook, man. You know, just a solid cat, man, and always when the showed love, man, and respect to us being G's, man, and you know, he remind me a lot of my brother, man, because he's so gifted as a lyricist. You know, his skill set is so dope, man. It always remind me of my brother. That's why, you know, I had to get him on that joint with Cali Pitts, man, because they got the same energy when they grab that microphone. You know what I mean? But Doe Fresh, him and LT, man, him and Larry Tall, them two solid cats. Matter of fact, the whole crew, man, you know, they whole crew is some solid cats, man, that show love, man. So, you know, of course, if you show us love, we gonna show it back, man. That's just the kind of cats we are.
Right. And just to add to, you know, what Pro said, from my opinion, Doe is one of the hardest MCs I've heard in a long time. And I don't just rap with anybody. So when Big Prod brought it to my attention that, you know, he wanted me to get down, and when I went and checked out Doe, it was like automatic. You know what I'm saying? Dude can rap so hard, you know, so good. I didn't have a problem with getting on the track with him. So, you know what I mean? And then just from there, just seeing the realism and the solidness in the cat, like my bro said, it's easy to vibe with dudes like that. It's easy to vibe with niggas like that when the game is so saturated with bullshit and fakeness, you know?
I most definitely agree with that. When I first discovered Doe Fresh the Don, one of my buddies out in Florida, he sent me a stack of underground CDs, and this is how I discovered him. His CD was in the stack, and I was like, "Who's Doe Fresh the Don?" I slid that in, and I was like, "There's no." Excuse my language, but I was like, there's no fucking way this guy is actually like a new age hip hop artist, man. Like this guy sounds like he's, you know, coming from the '90s. You know, I think if Doe actually, you know, debuted in the '90s, man, I think he would have blew right up.
Right. I mean, honestly, I think he could blow right up right now if people wanted something they wanted to listen to, like meaning. And when I say something to listen to, it's like a lot of people right now listen to music for the vibe, for the mode. But you know what I'm saying? People was looking to embrace this hip hop culture. If they looking to hear something that's worth educating yourself with, Doe Fresh the Don is like at the top of the list. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that when people assume that a dude who rap with articulation or actually rap with a message, that it's an old school type of rap. You know what I'm saying? But it's not really. It's just a form of rap that you have to have more of a
He's a student of hip hop, man. He embraced words.
Yeah.
He embraced lyrics. You know what I mean? And I mean, to me, if you look at a group like Griselda, you look at some of these groups that, like Griselda is probably in the same department as Cali Pitts, as far as how old they are and whatnot. And you know, they got that classic boom bap East Coast vibe about them, but they blew up, man. That lets you know that if that's the kind of music that was being pushed, it will blow up. It just takes for the record labels to get their heads out their ass and start pushing different music. I don't care if you got trap out there. Trap is fine, but they should also be pushing
your phone breaking up.
Real West Coast gangster shit. All of these different genres of hip hop should still be getting adequate push, you know, and not being looked upon as, oh, that's old, that's played out. It ain't necessarily that it's old or played out. It's just different, homie. We can still have the trap stuff that the youngsters doing, you know, and on top of that, we can have this. It's a lot of youngsters still doing G-Funk. It's a lot of, you know, it's all being done. It's only a certain thing that's being pushed to the masses, though.
And the one thing I do want to ask
is, it's just like back in the.
Oh, sorry about that, you're proud. Go ahead.
Go ahead, young Brad.
It's just happened. Gangster rap was coexisting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, with the boom bap.
Had to push gangster rap to the side, or they tried to push backpack rap to the side, and understanding that no, it coexists. The game is big enough to let educational rap exist and gangster rap exist, and it's the same way now. I would say traditional gangster rap compared to what's being gangster rap now. They call it trap or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's that same situation. But honestly, when you break it down, trap rap is not gangster rap. It has nothing to do with gangster rap.
It's its
trap
own
rap
genre.
Yeah, it's its own genre, and it comes from the South. It's dedicated to the South. Like this is where the game get blurred. The lines get blurred in the game is because like I like listening to shit I was listening to early on you know, social media, listening to people conversate how, you know, New York being the Mecca, it'd be harder for other places to come and bubble up. You know what I mean? Because they don't come from New York or whatever. But like T.I. was saying, they created a lane for themselves to be successful, and where they didn't need New York or they didn't need the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta start letting things stick like that, because Atlanta can't have their history of being the mecca for the rappers that breed up out of there if we don't start placing things in their rightful place. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, hip hop boom bap came out of New York, gangster shit or reality rap came out of LA, and now trap rap coming out the South. But it needs to be appreciated where it come from and how.
Hip hop is just different tentacles, man. It's a lot of different arms of this shit. It's just hip hop, you know, slash the West Coast gangster shit. Hip hop, the boom bap shit. Hip hop is the trap shit. And I know a lot of people from New York, they don't even want to give certain other types of music the title of hip hop. They don't even want to call it hip hop because it's different, but it all come from the same passion. It's just,
see, to me, hip hop is the culture. The rap is the boom bap. The rap is the gangster. The rap is the trap. But you can't own the culture. Can't no one coast own the culture. You know what I'm saying? But the style of what came out of the culture from that area, yeah, and the style of what came out of that era. You know what I'm saying? But it's all hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But until we get looked at like that, it will always be broken down into segments, and we're gonna have gatekeepers deciding what's hot or what's not, or what's now or what's then, what's young, what's old. But that ain't how this shit go. You know what I mean? Every era, every section got how they get down.
And it all should be respected.
I gotta say, I'm gonna be honest, that's some realest shit I've ever heard actually on my own radio station, man. You know what I mean? I gotta say, that's the most realest shit I ever heard. But as everybody already knows, you know, the SCC always keeps it 100%, man. And I have to say, that is a great way to explain the difference between hip hop and actually rap. You know, rap right there.
Yes, sir.
And you know, I've also heard you talk about that actually a few times on your Gangsta Conversations. That's actually the next question I have. You guys also started your own vlog called called Gangsta Conversations, which I believe is on Facebook and Instagram. I have to ask you, what made you guys decide to start that up? And like, of course, what days and times can our listeners tune in and check you guys out?
But that's a brainstorm of Cali Pitts, so I'll let him go ahead and explain that one.
Well, off top, Gangsta Conversation, you know, that's something we always said. We have a compilation album, you know, SEC records, you know, based around Gangsta Conversation. And it's simply that. It's real cats coming from these areas of these streets, and we sitting down and we talking we having a political talk. We having that street conversation for, you know, for the fans and for the people who's tuning in. How you doing, ma'am? And for the people who's tuning for the people who tuned in to us to you know, see that we got different thoughts than just what they assume we about. And also it was to also let the fans know where, you know, Big Pride is like he ain't like Big Pride is RG when it comes to SCC, like far as, you know, he's one of he's the I will say the face of the crew. And I know the fans would like to be more involved with him, talk to him more. So I thought it would be just cool to come up with a situation and a video log to where, you know, they could tune in Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, listen to Big Pride, ask him questions, and just and get a chance to vibe with the SCC or the homies in the crew, because we never really made ourselves accessible to all this social media, this camera shit. You know what I mean? So now we understand that we're gonna keep being relevant in this game and staying on our toes. We gotta start evolving into the way this game is going and accepting some of the new rules. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much how it came, just to let the fans have a little bit more of us, because we never really did that.
And also, you guys have started Hood Good Productions. I have to ask you, what made you guys decide to start your own record label? And who is currently signed to you guys?
Man, we've always had basically our own situation. You know what I mean? Even back in the early days, like I said before, when we first got in the game, me and Havoc both was owner of GWK. We was equal owners. I owned part of the company with him, but you know, when situations happened and I decided to get out of that situation and I didn't want to be part owner of GWK no more, I already had Gangsta Made Productions anyway, so I just continued on as Gangsta Made Productions. So GW Hood Good is just an extension of that. It's just what we doing now. You know what I mean? It got to a certain point where I wanted to do something fresh. You know what I mean? That's why you got Prodigy Hood Good. It's all hood. You know what I mean? And right now we have we releasing South Central Cartel product. Projects. We releasing Young Pride, Cali Pit projects. We got Cali to the Max. We got and we distribute other artists. You know, we distribute Enemy's album that's out right now in the meat market. We about to distribute a product on Mick Multi. And I mean, you know, whoever we find, man, and we feel is fire. You know, we got Dizzle over here. You know, we gonna have a lot of stuff coming, man. You know, anybody we come across that bomb that's ready to work and be serious about it, we gonna be running them through Hood Good.
And I do gotta say, I got Mick Multi actually coming up on the station there next month, man. I remember growing up listening to you guys, and you know he actually was featured in a lot of your guys' music, man. So it's actually good to be able to, you know, just interview individuals that you grew up listening to, man. It's kind of a surreal moment.
Noisy outside.
It's all good, you know. It's LA, right? So.
Yes.
I guess it's part of living in Los Angeles, man.
Yeah, on the east side, all you hear is sirens and and ambulance and police.
I most definitely agree with that. I'm here on the East Coast, and I do agree with that. You do hear a lot of them sirens as well.
Right.
And also, you guys have recently you guys released a brand new album called The Prodeje Project. I have to ask you, what's the inspiration behind that album, and where can our listeners buy or stream themselves a copy?
Shit. Thank you, bro. Look, take some. Man, The Prodeje Project, that's really something that was inevitable, man. Me and my bro, we just decided to go ahead and drop one together because, you know, we've been doing it anyway, just never gave it a name. You feel me? In different formulations, and, you know, we've been doing records together for a long time. So we just decided to go ahead and put our name on it and do the brother thing, man. You know, you can listen to the record on any streaming site, man. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get to the point where it makes sense to manufacture CDs. I mean, we just honestly starting to pick up traction with it to the point where, you know, a lot of people are starting to ask me for CDs. So I guess I will go ahead and manufacture them. I mean, I'm not going to manufacture a product until I get a demand for it. You feel me? Like, honey. If 10 people ask me for it, you know, that ain't enough people to go and manufacture a bundle of CDs. So, you know, I'm starting to get asked more for it, man, so I probably will go ahead and get me some CDs manufactured. But right now, you can listen to it on any and all streaming sites, man. Take your pick.
And one thing I was like thinking, like, you know, this just popped to my head as you were bringing that up. You know, you could also get like maybe a stack of them and like kind of like get a pre-order feature going on, and then like maybe like autograph them or something like that as well. You know, for like maybe like $10 extra. That way people can have your autograph, but also have your guys' CD as well.
Right. I mean, I think that's a cool thing. It's just that in the past I went and manufactured CDs, and you know, I'll sell a little spurt of them, and then I'll end up still sitting on a nice little chunk, you know, because CDs ain't popular as they used to be. I used to go buy CDs and they'll be gone like in 2 or 3 days. You feel me? Now you go buy 1,000 CDs and you might sell a quick 500-600 of them. Then you still got 400 sitting in your garage or something. So I'm just trying to make sure before I start, pushing them hard copies that there's a demand for them. That's all. Because I don't want to go manufacture them just to look at them. You know what I mean? I don't like to look at myself that much, man. I want to get rid of those.
But you know what? It sounds pretty bad to say, but it's almost going back to like selling tapes out of your trunk days, just to get rid of the CDs, man. It's crazy how like sometimes the music industry does a whole backwards type stuff.
It is definitely. I'm sure. Yeah, if you out on the streets, man, and hanging out selling them hand to hand, you can get rid of them. But we ain't got time for that.
Oh, most definitely. I knew I have to say this. You guys don't deserve to do that, to be honest with you, man, because you guys paid your dues in the music industry, man. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta say, Big Prod, your beats, man, is like one of a kind beats, man. You could pick those out of a crowd, man, and be like, that's a Big Prod beat. You know what I mean? That's an SCC thing.
Yeah, man. That's what's up too. I mean, man, I don't know, man. I'm glad people starting to appreciate the beats as well as the rapping, man. You know what I mean? Because I ain't never really went out on the limb to really press the issue with the beats. But I'm glad people I'm glad people appreciating that as well now, man.
So, Young Prod, I got a question for you, man. On the 14th of this month, you are actually going to be featured on Devoted to the Streets' up-and-coming record titled Thousand Island 2. I have to ask you, what can our listeners expect from that feature alongside LV? Like, what can we expect from your part of that record?
I mean, I came forward and heard it, so my input on that. But as far as I'm gonna spit, I'm gonna handle my part. I'm gonna get these bars. I'm saying just bring my shit. You know, get shit to the table. You know what I'm saying, right?
Hey,
Hello?
most definitely, man. Most definitely. Like you always do, man. You always bring it to the table. You always give it 110%. So I'm pretty sure anybody that does purchase that record most definitely is going to hear Young Prodigy at his finest. And,
pretty much. And then again too. I don't, like I said, I don't know. I really don't even remember what I probably even bust on that shit, man. I rap on so much shit.
It's them boys, homie. It's them boys. It's that song, Them Boys.
Well, all right, well, let me say this then. That song is over. That song is something we recorded about 10 years ago. So I don't expect nobody to probably be like, oh, Young Prod killing, what's going on right now. But for 10 years ago, it was a hot song.
Yeah, he took one of the joints we've been having for a while and put it on his album pretty much. That's the deal. But it's dope. It's dope for what it was when we did it. I heard the commercial. I hear it in there, man. It sounds good in this little promo ad that I seen on Instagram, Facebook.
I was actually surprised he hit me up and asked me if I can send him a few voice notes as talking about what his song called Hey. So I did, and then I'm like, so if you don't want me asking, why did you need those drops? She's like, oh, I'm gonna put it in the record, and I'm like, whoa, can we like rewind that? Can I redo that a little bit better if it's going in your record? Because I just did a drop figuring, he wanted to put it in a promo, but then he said it's gonna be in the record. I'm like, yo, can we like retract that? Can I do a little better one? Because if it's gonna go worldwide, I want to make sure it sounds 100% good.
That's what's up right there. That's cool.
So I gotta say, man, it's an honor. Do you even have like a 10-second little blip in like that record alongside individuals like yourselves, man? It's actually an honor.
Yeah, I mean, Devious, he be coming up with some cool little things, man. He be doing to push yourself, man. You gotta give it to the cat.
Oh, most definitely, man. But Big Prod, this question's actually for you. In 2018, you did a song with Dagger D called Yeah Man. I have to ask you, how did you get connected with Dagger? And of course, what was it like working with him?
Dagger D, man, the homie from Helsinki, right?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, man, on Facebook. On Facebook, man. He got at me. He got at me. They got at me and Havoc, man, and asked us if we. And I heard the beat and I liked it. They sent me the beat because a lot of time beat before I say okay, I'll do it. You know, then he sent me the beat. I like that shit. It was dope, man. Gangster as hell. And you know, we went on and laced it, man. The business was right. The beat was right. So we handled it. You know what I mean? And then we ended up doing a concert down in Helsinki, man, and we met Dagger, man. It was dope. It was dope. We actually shot the video when I was in Helsinki. You feel me? So that was a cool ass experience, and those were some good people, man. Cool ass dudes.
I was actually just about to say you guys shot some fire visuals for that video, man. Like I got to admit, like you guys have done so much music that like even today, me being such a huge fan, I'm still discovering songs and features that you guys did that I haven't even heard yet, and it blows my mind, man. You guys are featured on so much. And I do want to say, you guys are the absolute underdogs, man. You guys deserve so much more praise and appreciation than what you guys than what you guys got, man.
That's what
say that twice. Shit.
People look at us, and a lot of the time I get, y'all are so underrated, this, that, third. But I be thinking to myself, yeah, to be so underrated in here. To be so underrated, we've been here a long ass time. You feel me?
And you guys are still going strong after about 30 plus years.
Pushing.
That's what make it the underrated part. How can somebody still be here and still be the underdog? You know what I mean? How do the underdog survive so long?
No, I mean, we definitely, in a certain aspect, are underdogs. Meaning in the industry, we don't get the props that we deserve, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we don't feel like underdogs, you know what I mean?
No. We ain't never felt like that. That ain't never finna feel like the underdog, but I'm just saying, in position, when you play the post, you know what I mean? Nigga know it's like when niggas giving they starting five on this gangster shit, we ain't in it. So that make me say we the underdog, because we the niggas that can go against a nigga and they be like, damn, I forgot them niggas had all them hits. Damn, I forgot them niggas did all that. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like people don't remember.
Right.
And also, directly after this interview, I'm going to be playing one of your guys' brand new singles called Mama, I Can't Breathe. I have to ask you, you tell our listeners a bit more about that song, and also, where can our listeners actually buy or stream themselves a copy of that single?
Everywhere. Well, shit, Mama I Can't Breathe actually came about like, Pride was working on a beat. I just said the story. Pride was working on a beat. LV grabbed a pen and a paper, and he started writing. You know what I mean? It was all organic, and it just came out of LV being in that mission, in that mode. I mean, because we wasn't planning on writing a George Floyd song. It came organic because we ain't culture vultures. We ain't finna milk the culture for nothing that ain't authentic to us. So, LV start putting that brainstorm down, and then you have Mama I Can't Breathe, man. Me, Pride, and Dizzle laid them raps. LV had that hook. It is what it is.
And I have to say, that song is such a powerful song as well, guys. I really do think that is that message is exactly what is needed for what is going on today. That was a terrible incident that I personally think shouldn't have happened, man. I think people need to put their cell phones down and start taking action, man. I didn't condone filming them, man. I'm gonna be honest. If I was there, I would have punt kicked the cop. I probably would have got killed, but at least then, I would have been able to save somebody.
Hey, but see, that's what it is, and that's why, like I said, it was just organic, because we always prided ourselves in trying to say something that represents the culture, that represents the people. You know what I mean? I heard a lot of these songs, these I Can't Breathe songs, and a lot of them seemed to just was trying to gain a popularity off of the fact that it's a major situation going on. You know what I mean? And just, if I'm gonna judge our song for myself, I feel like we pretty much some of the only ones. I haven't heard them all, but I'm gonna speak on for the ones I heard. We pretty much some of the only ones that slowed it down and spoke our mind instead of speaking our feelings. You know what I mean? We went more from a educational, just because our feelings would have been fuck the police, fuck this, fuck that. But speaking from our minds and using our brains, that's what y'all got. You know what I mean, Mama, I Can't Breathe in a way that it relates to everybody.
And I have to ask you guys, what is next for Hood Good Records and the Prodeje project?
A whole lot of Young Prod Cali picks, Cali to the max. We got a South Central Cartel album coming out called Gangsta Rap. We finna finally release that, man. We got me and LV joint finally, we wrapping that up. Man, dude, it's non-stop, man. We got a lot of stuff in the works. We about to start dropping hella music.
Yeah, and LV dropping his album. It's his new record. We got the Cali to the Max, which is me and Young Money from the Young Murder Squad. You know what I'm saying? We got an album together, but we also got Young Money solo record. We got Dizzle, which is an OG Murder Squad member. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man, we connecting with cats. We connecting with some cats in Seattle. You know what I mean? We spreading the Hood Good name to different factions of this nation, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna be coming just with a lot, man. Soundtracks, compilations, movies, documentaries, everything, man, coming out of the brains of you know, the South Central Cartel camp, bro. There's so much going on to where if motherfuckers fuck with us, then we got y'all for the next 4 summers.
All I have to say is right there, don't count out the SCC. You know, you guys are still going hard.
Prodigy and Havoc joint coming too. We still doing that.
But explain how was it Prodigy and Havoc though, bro? Because it ain't the same.
People is used to the Havoc and Prodigy things that me and Havoc, the mouthpiece, was doing in the 90s. But people always wonder why you doing a record with Havoc, and Havoc don't rap. You know what I mean? And that just was my way of trying to show a person that I thought appreciated, you know, what I was doing, that I appreciated them. You feel me? So the Havoc and Prodigy project was always me trying to show a person that I thought appreciated what I was doing, that, dude, I appreciate what you do too. So I did those projects, and I pretty much split that with him, even though I was doing most of the work, 99% of the work. But the Prodeje and Havoc project is going to actually be me and Havoc the Rhyme Son doing it the way it should have been done from the beginning.
And I gotta say, that's gonna be one hell of a phenomenal record, man, because, you know, Havoc the Rhyme Son is another talented MC. You know, I actually got his street record that had, like, Rated R on it, Thug Life, Tupac on it. You know, he's probably one of the most realest individuals that I had the opportunity to interview. And I gotta say, Big Prod, again, thank you for getting me connected with him and also LV as well, man. I appreciate that.
Well, you know, in that Rhyme Son project, though, what that was they basically took a lot of songs that we already had, like the one with Tupac, for instance, and just re-put it out. It was pretty much those classic songs that we already had.
I was wondering that when I heard it, though. I was really wondering that, because I knew that it really did sound a lot like something that I heard before, you know? But it was almost like a little twist onto it.
Some kind of way they put them under new beats or different beats or something like that. And that was what it was.
But I do want to say, you know, Big Prod and Young Prod, just thank you again for coming on 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM, guys. Honestly, it's always an honor, you know, to welcome back individuals. And I do got to say to both of you guys, thank you for supporting my station and what I do. You know, I see you guys commenting on my stuff and showing me love, and it's an absolute honor just to be able to see that from individuals that I grew up idolizing, like yourselves, and then, you know, me doing what I do and you guys showing me love, man. It truthfully is an honor. And, you know, I appreciate you guys down to the fullest.
Hey, man, we appreciate you, too. And when we get down to Canada, make sure we link up, man. We go have lunch, man. We show us around your country, man.
Hey, most definitely. I can't say no to that, man. I appreciate you guys, and you know, I do want to say quickly that I'm trying to put together an Outlaw Radio Live festival. You know, just to help bring talent from, like, you know, in the United States down to Canada for a show. I was trying to put that together before the COVID hit. And you know, you guys popped in my head to try and bring you guys down to Canada for a show. You know, because not a lot of like Canada doesn't get a lot of hip hop, like a lot of real good hip hop down here. You know, like we get Snoop Dogg once every 4 years or something like that, but we don't really get individuals like yourselves that real rugged raw hip hop. So like, whenever I get this back going again after COVID, you know, I'll probably most definitely be hitting you guys up for prices and how much it costs to get you guys down here.
Man, that's right, bro. We definitely had them passports ready, bro.
Hey, most definitely, you know. I gotta say, thank you guys so much again. I'll let you guys go so you can go up on the Gangsta Conversation. I'll be tuning in like always, but again, guys, thank you so much for coming on the radio station, and I hope down the line we can do it again. Thank you guys so much.
No, I want to say this before you go. I'm going to be hitting you up, you know, in your inbox, though, because, you know, like I said, LV is dropping this new record, and he going to, you know, he got to hit his rounds on this press, so make sure you set a slot open for him.
Oh, most definitely. I'll make sure I put one aside, man. Like I said, SCC is always welcome on my radio station, man. It's always a blessing to be able to, you know, like, grow a relationship with individuals that you grew up listening to, man. So thank you, most definitely.
Yeah, for sure, bro. And we gonna be shooting that new Young Pride single, that new Cali Pitt single featuring LV. We gonna let you debut it in Canada. So when we slide that out, we're gonna be shooting it to you, so you can be the first one to spin it, man.
Hey, most definitely. If you guys send it, I'm most definitely gonna spin it.
Already, man. Appreciate you.
Most definitely. Thank you so much, Big Pride and Young Pride. Have yourselves a wonderful night and try and stay safe out there.
Good, man. Salute you. All right, bro.
For sure. Tune into the Gangsta Conversation, bro. You already know.
Hey, most
Cracking
definitely.
in a minute.
Have yourself a great night, guys.
All right, man.
All right, ladies and